Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. If we want to draw some conclusions on any issue, we must have an exhaustive and complete data about that particular issue. So our issue is our life. So when we talk about life, what exactly we mean by life? Do we mean by life means my husband is like that, my children don't listen to me, my boss is like that? Is that life? So, technically speaking, life is consisting of three components. One component is called as Adi Bhautik. Adi Bhautik means gross, material component. Like this world where we have come, these mountains, this house, world, it is a gross matter. The second aspect of this Adi Bhautik is our gross body that we carry as a burden throughout life. So this is one part of our life. The second component of our life is the various experiences that we gather in our life. And all these experiences are gathered by or gathered through the agency of mind, and this mind doesn't have its own infinite power. So what we do, our whole life is a struggle to fulfill our desires. I want this, I want that. And for that, we invoke some higher power in our life. So like in the Adi Bhautik level, the gross world and the gross body, in the same way, the Adi Daivik level, there is the divine power, what we call as God, and there is infinite potentiality dormant in every one of us. That is called as Antarik Shakti, inner potentiality, or Kundalini Shakti. So get this pair clearly. Gross world, gross body. Divine power, invocation of the divine power in oneself, the Kundalini Shakti. Now the third thing, whose gross body, whose world, whose God, whose infinite potentiality? Of course, mind. So the third component is I component. Now here also there are two parts. Which I? See, after 15 years of marriage, one couple was fighting religiously. That was a part of their life. And when I went to their house, so they said, Swamiji, we are constantly fighting. What should we do? I said, you improve upon yourself. If you are now fighting only with the words, take the sticks in the hand. Then it will be better, for the public. But why we are fighting? I said, because I told you something on your marriage I had come, if you remember. Yes, Swamiji, we remember you came for our marriage. And even then we are fighting. I said, no, therefore you are fighting. Then I told, do you remember what I told you in your marriage? Marriage means 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. The mathematics of marriage is totally different. So, when you are married, now you are one. How can one fight with oneself? Somebody, this has created a problem. Why a problem? Which one? Whether me the husband or me the wife, which one? In the same manner, I, the adhyatmic, the subjective component of our life, I, which one? The absolute I or the relative I? See? So these are the three things. We have to work on this exhaustively. Then only we are able to really understand what we mean by leading a spiritual life. So when our attention is on the world and our body, we are leading a religious life. When our attention is on the God who should help us, we are leading a devotional life. But when we start inquiring about oneself, then we are leading the spiritual life. Most of us mistake religious life and the devotional life as the spiritual life. They are the means. And means are to be used and dropped. We don't have to carry the means all the time. Like you came here all by the car, it is a means. So you drop the car outside. There you entered with your shoes, then you drop the shoes outside. See? Then you came over here, you drop your mind outside. So, when we understand this, that the body is a house where we are living, then the mind is the one through which we are gathering experiences of life. And the one who is gathering the experiences of life is the I factor. Like you have got max factor, the I factor. It is the maximum important, therefore I max factor. But this is what we have to take account into in our total life. See, friends. So, we are told initially, like when we go in the school, primary or middle school, there we are taught the basics of education. In the same manner, the basics of life are taught in the Dharma Shastra. Satyam vada dharmam chara swadhyaya anma pramadaha acharyaya priyam dhanamahritya prajatantum. You have studied, isn't it? Ma vyavachetsi satyana pramaditavyam dharmanna pramaditavyam kushalanna pramaditavyam bhutyaina pramaditavyam. So, what should be done and what should not be done? The do's and the don'ts of life. See? In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, the world is defined. The world is told. What is this world? Urdvamula madashakam ashvatham prahuravayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda savedavid adashchodham prasruta tasya shaka guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adascha mulanyanusantadani karmanubandhini manushaloke na rupam asyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadirna sampradishta ashvatthamiram svirudamulam asanga shastrena dridena chitva. These 3-4 verses, they tell what the world is. And there, this world or samsara vriksha is compared with a banyan tree. Banyan tree has got two types of roots. One is the original root out of which the tree is sprouting out, the original seed. And the second one is the adventitious roots. Adventitious roots means those who are the secondary roots, which they come from the branches and after many years, you will not be able to know which is the original trunk of that tree and which is the added later. In the same manner, this world has two roots. One root is urdhvam. Urdhva means beyond in this particular verse. Like, what is the space? Space is so simple. North, east, west, south. Then the four corners, 8. Up and down, 10. 10 directions put together is space. Can we say that the total space is equal to the summation of the 10 directions? No. Space is all the 10 directions and yet beyond them, urdhva. In the same manner, the urdhva moola madashakam, the root of this world is this world and yet beyond it. Purusha Sukta says, Atyatishta dashangulam. See? Like the example which I have been repeating number of times. One day by God's grace it may click. A man is a son, a husband and a father simultaneously. Can we call that man is equal to the son plus husband plus father, or the man is all the three and yet beyond them? See. So there are two. One is the man, second is the son. One is the man, second is the husband. One is the man, second is the father. Urdhva moola madashakam ashvattam prahuravayam. And then it is said, Chandamsi yasya paranani. Chanda means scriptures. Paranani means the leaves. The beauty of any tree is on account of the leaves. If the tree doesn't have fruits, doesn't matter. If the tree doesn't have the flowers, doesn't matter. But if the tree is without leaves, it looks ugly. The beauty of the tree is because of the leaves. See? You all must have seen the movie Hobbit. Have you seen? No? You have wasted your life. I thought, you people from America must be update. You are outdated fellows. So, in New Zealand, there is a place which is called as Hobbiton. And that Hobbiton is a village created for this Hobbit movie. It is actually a village. I visited that place. And the houses are also like that inside the earth, small thing. So, when that particular set was made, it took them almost more than a year or so. And there is one particular tree. So the guide who was showing us that, he said, can you tell about that tree? So I told, this is the tree. He said, so that means you have seen? I said, yes. Then he said, that is not the actual tree. It is artificial tree. Huge tree. And then the guide was telling that the director who produced that movie, he said he is so meticulous, like our Shirish. He cannot tolerate even this much of looseness anywhere. So when the tree was installed there were many leaves which were not properly green looking. So he announced, and many volunteers came, school, college children. and all the leaves of that tree were individually painted and fixed. And he said, the beauty of the tree is because of the leaves. Chandamsi yasya paranani. So for this tree of samsara, what are the leaves? Chandamsi in the scriptures. When our life is lived on the foundation of the scriptural injunctions, then alone our life is beautiful. See, friends. I was somewhere and somebody, Westerner, probably American, he asked me this question. Why you people have to put father's name? See? Actually, it is the mother's child, not father's. I said, because we are human beings. He said, I can't understand. I said, have you ever heard anywhere, Sand ka bacha? We say, cow's calf. Do we say bull's calf? Because which is the bull who has produced that calf is unknown. But in case of the human being, it is known. And therefore, father's name is associated with every one of us. Oh, do you think that we are animals? I said that you decide. I can't tell you that. Chandamsi yasya paranani. Our life must be guided by these scriptural injunctions. Then alone the life becomes beautiful. Otherwise, whatever I feel like doing, I do. Whatever I feel like eating, I eat. Whatever I feel like doing, that is not the spiritual life. That is not the life of a dignified human being. See? And why this does not happen is only because we have not understood the very purpose of our arrival as a human being on this planet. There are 4 things which are common between us and animals. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha. Eating, sleeping, sense of insecurity and procreation. These 4 things are common between us and animals. If only these 4 things are taken care of, then there is no reason that why we should be called as human beings. So Darwinically speaking, we are all animals. But scripturally speaking, we are not animals, we are human beings. See, friends. And therefore, the human beings, the tree of this life will be beautiful. Chandamsi yasya paranani. Life must be lived with the dignity of a cultured person. And then, after that, karmanubandhini manushya loke. So when we are living in this world, then as we grow, the principle of karma is introduced in our life. See, the karma is, yesterday I talked in the evening talk, the karma is self-imposed bondage is equal to freedom. See, among all of you, those who have come on their own and sitting here and listening, they will be enjoying. And those who are tied down with a rope, come on, sit here. They will be suffering. See? So there are 3 self-imposed bondages human beings should have. The first bondage is that we are obliged to take care of our parents till they are alive or we are alive. No option. First thread of that, sacred thread. The second one is, we are living in a society. We have obligation for the society. We must become socially aware of our responsibilities. And the third thread is, we are obliged to study our scriptures and lead a life spiritual oriented. And for that, study of the scriptures is must. So these are the self-imposed bondages on oneself. When you take these as your responsibilities, then you will be left with no extra time to go wrong. If you observe this, all the problems in our life come when we have got extra time at our disposal. See? One has to keep oneself 24/7 busy. When you are busy, you have no time to go the wrong way. See, friends. So we are told karmanubandhini manushya-loke. So the karma principle is introduced in our scriptures only for one purpose, so that we are keeping ourselves occupied and busy. That is all. You must have seen, suppose you are going by train, long journey, 10 hours, 12 hours. So, till the time you get settled, you are busy with keeping the luggage here and there and all that. Once you sit down, you have nothing to do. Then what? Kholo dabba and start eating. So whenever I travel in India, recently I stopped virtually traveling by train. So whenever I travel, I always pray to the Lord, let there be a Surati, Gujarati or a Sindhi next to me. These Surati, Gujarati and Sindhi, they know how to travel. More than their luggage, their dabba of the food contents is bigger. Not only their dabba, but their heart is also bigger, along with the stomach. So, they will be opening it and then start eating. There is no hunger. But then what to do? Chalo, oh, khare singdane hai kya? Start eating. There is no need. Whenever we are free, we want to get involved in indulgence. See, friends. And that indulgence has no limit. It can go to any extent. Therefore, when we are doing the karma, to keep ourselves busy. And therefore in Bhagavad Gita I said, Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. So why we are keeping ourselves busy? Only so that we don't go the wrong way. See, friends, this is one of the most important essential aspects of human life. Living in this awareness is living in yoga. This is what Patanjali says with his sadhana with reference to the yama. There are 8 limbs. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So the yama sadhana is this. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. So when we are living in this world, we should not be a problem to the world and the world should not be a problem to us. Meaning, we must be self-disciplined. Now what is our discipline? We cannot decide it. See, how I should drive the car, I cannot decide. It is the country where I am staying, there we decided. See? One American asked, we drive a car here on the right side of the road. In India, how do you drive? So the Indian said, we see how the other person is coming. Accordingly we drive. That is why India is Jugaad. The Jugaad technology is the best technology in the whole world. Therefore, India don't complain. See? So, we have to lead Chandamsi Yasya Paranali, lead a life well disciplined. So when we just keep ourselves busy, attention is on our mind. And what is the attention? 2 things. Number 1, when we are functioning in this world, what is the expression of our function? See? before we take up any karma, any job, during the execution of the job, and after the job is done, what is the quality of our mind left behind? See? Then we are doing karma properly. So before we take up any job, are we at peace with ourselves or we are excited? See? Like I go to so many houses for taking food, and some of them get very excited. So they will be preparing. And after now moving so many years, by looking at the face of that Amma, I know what has happened in the kitchen. So accordingly I take food. And one day I finished food and went home. Thereafter her phone came, Swamiji, you didn't tell me, I'm so sorry. I said, kya ho gaya? See, there was lot of salt in the dal and no mirchi, and there was only mirchi in the sabji and no salt. How did you eat that? I said, I mixed it and ate together. He said, oh, okay, what can I do? But it never happens. Why it happened? Because you are excited. See, friends. So before we take up any job, we have to be at peace with ourselves. A person who is at peace with himself or herself alone is at peace with the whole world. This is living in yoga. See, friends, yoga is not twisting the body. Most of us have got this wrong notion. You must have seen these Western yoga students. They have that mat, hanging over here, like a terrorist going with a gun. And wherever they go, they take out their batteries and shavasana. See, friends. Okay. So, my laptop is talking. So when this principle is understood, that before we take up any job, we are at peace, inspired, alert, then we are living yoga every moment in our life. Now when the job is being done, at the time of performance, whatever job we are doing, that time our performance is perfect. Because the mind is perfect. As is the mind, so is your performance. And when you do something, there are two options that will happen. Either we will succeed or we will fail. So whatever may be the result that comes, you are at peace with yourself. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. 2nd chapter Gita. In this manner, when we are leading our life in this world with this understanding, then we are practicing yoga in daily life. See, friends, neither the world should be a problem for us, nor we should be a problem for the world. The world becomes a problem for us only because we are a problem for ourselves. See, friends. So, to control this, Chandamsi yasya paranani, we must accept these do's and don'ts in our life. Then alone life is lived at the adi bhautik level, material level, in a dignified manner. Yastam veda savedavid. He who knows this art of living, L-E-A-V-I-N-G. Then alone he has really understood what he is doing in life. And when your mind is at peace, then the teacher will say that we get involved in this world so much. Karmanu bandhini manushya loke. There one virus slowly enters our system. And the virus is the virus of I. I do this thing, I do this thing, I do this thing. And this I becomes such poisonous, pernicious. Thereafter, the whole life is This Mr. I, that's why everywhere this iPhone, iPad. See? The wife says, I got iPad. The daughter says, I got iPhone. Third one says, I got something. And the father says, I paid for everything. I. See? That is the reason I don't have this iPhone. This iPhone I use only when I come to America. There is a great friend of mine, you must be knowing his name. What is his name? Jha. He is a very good singer also, and Ramesh Bhai Oja, Bhagavad Kathakar. So we are together 3 days before Shivratri in Varanasi. There is musical festival, so we are together there. So he says, Swamiji, how come you are not using iPhone? You are so gadget specialist, you are a gadgeted Swami. I said, because I am a devotee of Krishna. And then I said, I use Shyamasanga. It is not Samsung. The one who is the head of the Samsung phones in India is a Gujarati. Gujaratis cannot pronounce sh. They say sa. You ask a Gujarati, what is your surname? Sa. They don't say Shah. See? So, it is actually Shyamasanga, not the Samsung. And those who are egoists, they have got iPhone, iPad, I suffer. iCloud, living in the cloud. See, friends. So this I has to be deleted. And if the I is deleted, the net result is you are at peace with yourself. See? Then there is a fulfillment in action. We try to get something through action. No. Let there be fulfillment in action. Such a person is dynamically involved in this world and yet at peace. Happiness doesn't mean all the time you are doing hai all the time. Kya? Pata nahi yaar, jab se happy ho gaya. It's not like that. Happy means your performance is perfect and yet you do not have the arrogance, I am superior than others. Because that ego virus has not entered. Chandamsi asya paranani. Now when a student is thus functioning in this world happily, in and through every action of life, then what happens? Because his mind is at peace, he can start contemplation. Be very attentive. Pure mind means that mind where inquiry kindles effortlessly. That is pure mind. So, when we are functioning in this world, sometimes we get something good or bad, success or failure, honor or dishonor, joy or sorrows. That time, instead of reacting in life, one starts reflection in life. No more reactions, reflections. Then you will understand the first chapter of Gita. This is the most important point of life. There was no reason why Bhagavan Krishna has taken the chariot in front of Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya. He could have easily taken the chariot in front of Duryodhan, Dushasan. But of all the kings on the battlefield, Bhagavan Krishna chose and took the chariot in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, and if he keeps quiet, he is not Krishna. So he told, you know with whom you have to fight. You have to fight with your nears and dears. Bhishma Drona Pramukata Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam. Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kurunati. Hey Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kurun. Hey Arjuna, you wanted to know with whom you have to fight? You don't have to fight with the enemies. You have to fight with your own nears and dears. For all practical purposes, Pandavas were Kauravas. They belong to the Kuru Vamsha. But this is created. Pandavas and Kauravas. See? And when this confusion, delusion was created intentionally by Bhagavan Sri Krishna, then alone Arjuna started a process of contemplation. Therefore, be very attentive. Any difficulty that we come across in our life, in this material world, either failure or success not up to our expectations, gain or not up to our expectation, what we call as a loss. Okay. How the gain is called as a loss, do you know? That is called as MBA. MBA is Marwadi Business Attitude. You know how the Marwadis function? Their MBA is totally different. They buy a thing, they are basically traders. They buy a thing for 1 rupee, for example. And they decide that we should sell it for 15 rupees. And that is a target given to the people. And the target can never be met. So the person comes and he says, we could not sell it for 15 rupees, but we have sold it for 10 rupees. Even if when they sell for 10 rupees, 9 rupees is a profit, but they show 5 rupees loss. So that person who is working day and night, he is having that in his mind. See, because of me, my Sethji has a loss. See, friends. That is called a Marwadi approach. When you do this thing, you will never fail in your life. So, when we take this attitude in life, any difficulty that comes, it is a reminder for us that the purpose of our coming in this world is not only get lost in this world. Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. What we think that this world is, the world is not that when you start reflection and contemplation. See, friends. And this can be understood if we are at peace. Then we look around in this world and you will come to know there is nothing new ever has happened in this world. Nothing new has happened. Birth of the child, growing the child, going to the school and getting married and then having children and then again their children is going on incessantly. What is great about it? See? But we feel it is for the first time the marriage has happened in this universe. It is for the first time that the child is born on this planet Earth. See, and then we get so much involved in that. And therefore, out of compassion and love for us, the Lord puts one virus, and that virus is called as the vaccination in terms of a doubt, a confusion, a delusion. See, whenever any pain, any failure comes in our life, it is reminder. See? Once I was in Delhi many years before, and my both molars, both sides, they were dug into that root canal. So I said, other than the lectures, please don't talk to me. So lecture I was giving, and yet they will ask, Swamiji, with your this root canal, how can you talk? How do you feel? I said, I feel sentimental. You may be feeling sentimental, but I am feeling sentimental. Whenever there is a pain, the pain is not meant for troubling us. The pain is meant for us to be reminded, take care, something is wrong there. See? When we put our clothes for washing in the washing machine, very dirty clothes, awfully dirty. So strong detergent, hot water, high speed, long time. That time from above we look into that. No suffer? No suffer? Ganda ho gaya tha na? No. It is a process by which the clothes are purified and they are reused. In the same manner, we are in the divine washing machine. And we have become so dirty, therefore the Lord has to put all these things. Therefore remember this basic principle of life. This is what is called living in yoga. Don't complain. Contemplate. So whenever there is any problem in our life, then only we will start thinking beyond the little frog in the well life. Then only we can expand. See, friends. About this, I'll tell you one example. I was in Tata hospital, and there was a patient, so I was attending that patient, cancer hospital. So I used to get time, I used to move around other patient and to the nurses and the sister. So as habit, I asked that chief sister, I said, Amma, don't call me Amma. I said, okay. Sister, yes. You see every day so many patients are dying of cancer. What do you feel about it? What feel about it, our sleep is disturbed. I said, don't you get this thought that these bodies are dying, one day we also have to die? He said, such stupid thoughts never come in my mind. See, we never accept that life is much more than what we are thinking. See, friends. And when this happens, na rupamaste tathopalabhyate. So when you start reflection, contemplation, inquiry, then this world is not the same as it used to be same earlier. Now to understand this, take your own life's experiences. As a child, as you were all there, as a child, the things which were so much important and attractive for us, after we grow up, na rupamasteha tathopalabhyate, we are no more attracted toward those toys. See? A small child, with their soft toy only will sleep, with the hand in hand, sleep. And then at night, mummy takes away that soft toy. Morning, where is my toy? Again want to hold it. See? But once we grow out of it, see? There was one lady, when she was small, maybe about 2 years or so, so her mother used to call her out of love. The mothers can call anything to their children. This lady was a Punjabi one, and her daughter, when she was small, very chubby, very beautiful. So she used to call her daughter, could you imagine what? Mera bankan ka bharta. Imagine calling a child bangan ka bharta. Don't you find any other simile in this world? Because she used to like bangan ka bharta, so she used to hold her like that. She used to bite it also. Okay, now that child became grown up, and then she was to be married. This happened in Delhi. And when I went there for the marriage, this girl was sitting with, the person with whom she was getting married. She saw me, and I always used to call her Bangan ka Bharata. So she said, wait a minute, told the Pandit, wait a minute. She came running and put her hand on my mouth. Please don't call me that. In the childhood, she was so happy. Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. That which was a great charm in the childhood, when we grow up, it becomes stale. In the same manner, when we lead our life in a disgusting I manner, till then this world is very much attractive. But as the fruit ripes on the tree, it separates without any efforts. In the same manner, when we reflect on the life in its totality, the reflection is a process of learning from our own experiences. Learn. And when we learn, with every experience, we grow wise. If we don't learn, we grow old. And the old people have got only one complaint. These youngsters don't respect us. What is there to respect? Age. What is our contribution? See? Suppose you are 85 years of age. Now what is your contribution? What you have done? That is the only achievement where there is no kartrutva abhiman. It is the earth which is moving around the sun, and we are growing in age, and we call ourselves wise. See, friends, therefore, while leading our life in this world, when we become contemplative, narupamasseha tathopalabhyate, then we come to know this world has no beginning, no middle, no end. Nanto na chadi nare sampradishta. This world has always been like this. Don't take anything too serious. Remember, like we have come here, beautiful place, for a vacation, 2 days. So when we go anywhere for vacation, we have a budget to spend. On a vacation, do we have a budget to earn? To spend only. So here we have come, we spend that much amount, and then we know we have to go back. Exactly the same way, this world we have come, this is a vacation we are in this world. This is not our house. We have to go. Whichever best place you go and stay, a 7-star hotel, everything is spick and span, very beautiful. How many days you will stay there? 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. Thereafter, no, let's go home, that's enough now. And what is that home? Something very good. No, you go home, pull the cot with 3 legs, 4th leg is a chair. And on that cot, which is having a jhulelal, you sit down on that and it gives a music, kara-ra-ra-ra-ra. See? And there, it is not you simply press the bell, sir, tea, okay, sir. Here, in that cot you sit, chai milegi kya? Kaam dhanda hai ki nahi? Chai, chai, chai. And then you get a cup of tea. But the tea, that is not a beautiful crockery, very polished, clean and neat. No, 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 no. Bahera cup. You know, cup without the ear. Bahera cup. And the lips are broken. And she doesn't give it love. Huh? उसमें जो मजा है, that is not in 5-star, 7-star. Exactly the same way, whatever may be comforts in this world, the real joy is not here. And that is the reason we all want to go to sleep. Sleep is nothing but going back home. In sleep, we revert back to our original state. In sleep, we don't gain anything. We lose everything. Body identification is dropped. Achievements are dropped. Friends, enemies, health, ill health, everything is dropped. And that which cannot be dropped, there we reach. So when narupamasseha tathopalabhyate, then you come to know that why we want to sleep. Because in sleep, in fact, we don't gain anything, we lose everything. And yet we want to sleep. So, when you start reflecting on this, then you analyze, when I sleep for 6, 7, 8 hours and wake up, how fresh I am. So it is something like when you go to sleep, you put your mobile for charging, morning it is ready. One child was all the time playing, with the digital game. So the old lady at home said, all the time sitting in the home, go and play outside. He said, okay, Daddy, wait with it, sit outside. Play outside. See, friends, why we want to go to sleep is because we are tired of this world. See? In this manner, when you start inquiring that how many times the dreams have come and gone, how many times good and bad experiences have come and gone, nothing is permanent in this world. Therefore, celebrate life. Don't calibrate all the time. Counting. So, in the Adi Bhautik world, when we are living, let us clearly have this picture in mind. We are here for a vacation, but that doesn't mean we should behave like animals. Lead a life of dignified existence. And everything, all the duties that we have to perform, do them perfectly well. At the same time, see that the virus of ego, the doership, doesn't pollute our performance. And as a result, we are at peace with ourselves. This is the whole picture of yoga in daily life. You will see the world over, yoga means twisting the body. Yama, niyama, then comes asana. The yama is how we conduct ourselves with the world. Niyama is how we conduct ourselves with ourselves. We are the biggest problem for ourselves. See? One day Gupta ji goes to Verma ji. अरे वर्मे क्या कर रहा? तो वर्मा says, Gupta ji, how come you have come? No, yaar, I was getting bored. I was alone getting bored, so I came to you. Now imagine, when a person gets bored, when he is alone, so he is bored of whom? Of himself. Now when a person gets bored of himself, what a solid bore he must be. It is something like, sugar cane suffering from diabetes. Cobra suffering from poison. A person waking up from his sleep because of his own snoring. See, one patient went to the doctor. Doctor, I snore so loudly that because of my own snoring, my sleep gets disturbed. What should I do? Doctor said, sleep in the other room. See, our condition is like that. We are tired of ourselves. See, friends, There is one lady in Bombay. She comes sometime and she cleans my house, makes everything proper, everything. So one day when she came, she did the things. I said, Mama, what is a magic wand in your hand? You come in 10 minutes, you make my whole house so clean and neat and perfect. What is the secret? She said, Swamiji, I also want to ask you a question. What is the secret in your hand, magic wand? In 2 seconds you make everything as it is. Then she said, kindly tell me, you know me for so many years, am I walking the spiritual path properly? I said, yes, you are walking. No, please tell me clearly. I said, okay. You go from here and there, help everybody all the time, yes. I said, are you not running away from yourself? Spend some time with yourself every day. And during that time, don't do anything. Expose yourself to yourself. Start from 10 seconds. In a day, 4 or 5 times. Just be. No thinking, no talking, no planning, no memories. Just be. Mind will throw a thought. सब्जी काट के रखेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. Learn to waste time. But how to waste? In a creative manner. Take care of your mind. That is important. When this is being practiced, then you will see the quality of your life will change. And what is the quality change? Bhagavan says, Tataha padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadde yata pravrutti prasruta purani. When we are thus taken care of our life in this world, then alone there will be inquiry about something different from this world and our life. See? Otherwise we are all the time buried only in the same thing every time, no other theme. So empty the mind, empty the mind. So far, just try to play this. This is what I understand by meditation. When you are sitting for meditation, play that at this moment, if I play as husband, then watch what are the thoughts coming. Then you will see the thoughts are coming about the wife. Then again, second game you play. If I play as a mother, then what are the thoughts? Then the thoughts are about the children. Very good. Then third game I play. Now I play as Mr. Nobody. So when I play as nobody, no thoughts. Then you start discovering. Man is nobody, son is somebody. Man is nobody, husband is somebody. Man is nobody, father is somebody. These somebodies have the thoughts. The man doesn't have any thought. Tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. Thinking of God is equal to not thinking about the world. And the world is born always in relation to. See? In relation to somebody. For the businessman, the world of business. For the parent, the world of children. For the children, the world of parents. For the guru, the world of disciples. So, to think about God is equal to stop getting involved in this world beyond need. And for that, try this technique. Spend some time every day, 2-3 times consciously, knowingly that you are now working on your mind. So remain as nobody. When you remain as nobody, you will stop talking to yourself. So living yoga in daily life with reference to world, therefore is, we all are on the stage of the drama of life to play different roles. We play our role perfectly well. That time we must keep in mind, it is just a role that we are playing. Whenever any actor plays a role, he plays it so perfectly well that the audience feels that he is really crying, that he is really miserable, he is really inspired. But inside, nothing. He is only acting. In the same manner, the moment he takes out his costume of the role, then he is an ordinary person. On the stage, he was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. That time also he knows, he is not even a pati. Forget about Chhatrapati. But when he is on the stage, how courageous, oh. And when he goes home, chup. So, what is the yoga at the world level? This is demonstrated in the life of Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Ram. Rama Leela, Krishna Leela. Leela means that which appears to be happening, but in fact nothing is happening. See, on the stage of the drama, one useless boy goes and tells the useless girl, I love you, gives a flower. And they know this is recycled flower. Both of them know. But they say it. And the real fools, they get into tears, how pure the love is. Get out of all this commotion. Lead your life as required to be lived according to scriptural injunctions. Play your role perfectly well and don't forget to relax. In Delhi, when there is a red light on the robots, there it is written relax. Because earlier, wherever there used to be a red light, people used to charge and cross red light. So they started putting the billboards. Are you a bull that you charge when you see a red light? So some people objected. Then they started putting the relax. When the red light comes, relax, relax. So learn to relax in life. Don't carry the tension all the time. It is said, the dimag and the tabla should not be always tight. When it needed, that time we tighten it and take out the music. Afterwards, relax it. हमेशा दिमाग चढ़ा के रखा है. तबला और दिमाग हमेशा चढ़ा के नहीं रखना है. काम है तब चढ़ाओ. Relax afterwards. In this manner, narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. There you will come to know what we were thinking is so serious an affair. Now we laugh at our own childhood foolishness, isn't it? Small little things used to make us so miserable, so miserable. Now when we look back, we laugh. Was I that fool? No, no, you are modest. Much more than that. Narupavasseha tathopalabhyate. That is why when a person spiritually grows, he becomes light-hearted. He cannot remain serious in life. Because what is there to be serious in this life? This world has always been like this. Chala chali ka khela. So when you have come and gone, keeping this understanding and facing the world like the audience from the stage is yoga in daily life at the material level. Now to practice it perfectly, for leading life in the material world, we require a perfect body. Among Gujarati, they don't have body. Gujarati have gross body. Our Indian Gujaratis, in Gujarat particularly, they say, whole ma snake che. The snacks are in the hall. Whole ma, that means in the hall. Snake means the snacks che. There are 6 snakes in the hole. See? So we have to keep our gross body perfect. So regular exercise is a must. Second thing, control over eating. 2 signs of a healthy person. Only 2 signs. Number 1, hunger is perfect. Second thing, sleep is perfect. That means I am realized I can sleep all the time and I can eat all the time. No, that is not the meaning. When we are able to sleep, the moment you land on the bed, you can sleep. At the same time, you can wake out of the sleep without an alarm. Try this. Don't use alarms. Alarms will make you dependent. Those who are alarmed people, they have this complaint. See, Swamiji, I wanted to wake up in the morning, but the alarm didn't go. Alarm not go, it has run away, but you were still sleeping. When you go to sleep or do anything, you have to instruct yourself. After this time, I have to wake up. You will wake up. Then auto-suggestions are more powerful than a plastic alarm. Try, it helps. In this manner, keep the body healthy, the life lived perfectly well. We have learned the yoga. Now for keeping the body healthy, 2 things, proper food and proper sleep. Night is meant for sleeping and day is meant for working. But we have become nishachar. Nishachar means nishayam charati iti nishacharaha. Those who are working at night, nocturnals, nishachar nocturnals, like the owls. So try, when you decide to wake up in the morning, early morning, you will naturally retire early the earlier night. And when you retire early, unwanted surfing, unwanted TV shows will be automatically curtailed. How much care we take about the food, organic food, cholesterol, everything. But what kind of food we give to our mind? Harry Potter. One girl, now she is about 13 years old. She carries that particular thing which that Harry Potter uses, the way for falls down. She carries with her physically all the time. And she thinks that she is that Harry Potter. अरे पागल हो गई क्या? Swami, I don't know what to do. See? That becomes the only theme. Give good food to the mind. Then the mind remains healthy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Sya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.